Good morning. It's another episode of Incoherent Babbling with Johnny Sunshine. Yeah. Where in the hell did this cold weather come from, man? Jesus. It's fucking hot. It's cold. It's fucking medium. It's crazy, man. It's fucking El Nino. El Nino. It's an El Nino year, man. Ugh. I gotta say this while it's on my mind. I've been thinking about this new DAP that I have. And man, it comes out of the tube great and all this shit, but I'm concerned that it's not as good as DAP. I'm concerned that it doesn't have the adhesion quality that DAP has. DAP says right on the fucking, right on the tube, it says, you know, caulk and adhesive. Caulk and adhesive. And I've been professing how much DAP holds that toilet in place. I'm not sure if this shit will do what DAP was doing, so I may be making the shift back to the DAP, and they do sell some good tools to get that DAP out of the tube, little crank gun, and it looks like it works. I mean, a couple guys turned me on to it from in their comments. I looked at them, and it would work. You know, it's a little more cumbersome than just using a tube, but I think I got to go back to the DAP because it's time tested, man. It's an adhesive, and this other shit I think is just, it's going to remain soft and kind of gummy, and I just don't think it's going to, you know, it says siliconized on it instead of adhesive. So Johnny's got to make a command decision. You know, this is what I do. I wear a lot of fucking hats in this company. This is a major decision I need to make. Is it back to DAP or no? Some of you guys let me know. You notice I said some of you guys. That means Plum Bob SquarePants. He kind of took off. He's been getting hit hard, man. He can't take the fucking heat. And old, you know, veg head fucking Mark HVAC. He's got his little fucking comments. Just a miserable prick. Can you imagine getting on the internet every day and just saying something nasty? I mean, there's so many. I could do 100 fucking right things, and this motherfucker will just come up with the lamest shit. You need help, my friend. You really need help, man. I'm glad I'm not a neighbor of yours or fucking family member. You're a fucking jerk. You're a jerk, man. So I've been getting up. The time change. It took me a while, but I'm there. I get up at 7:15 this morning. Gussy. I started the day out really good. He comes over and he's just gotta, you know, like bang my hand and blow snot and lick my hand. I mean, I'm covered in dog snot and saliva. One hand, you know. But he got a little too excited this morning. I'm laying in bed. My eyes are stuck shut. And the motherfucker put his fucking paw in my mouth, man. So I'm fucking choking on fucking dog hair and pollen and whatever the fuck else was in his paw. I'm like, This is horrible. This is the life of Johnny. So I had a good day yesterday. I put a Bosch dishwasher in yesterday, and I got to tell you, Bosch got the message, because I can tell you, man, I remember when we started putting Bosch dishwashers in 30 fucking years ago, from the standard dishwasher to the Bosch, they were just hell to hook up. There was no fucking room. Just horrible, man, to hook up. Sharp edges everywhere. But man, I gotta say, this one yesterday was pretty nice, man. I liked the legs, the way the legs were put on this thing. They're big plastic legs. 2 big legs in the front and 1 big leg in the center, in the back, that's easily accessible. I was able to take my watch off and get my arm back in there. My right arm's bigger than my left arm. Some of you guys probably struggle with that same problem, you know? Yeah, I'm a righty. But it went in good. Took me an hour. Pull the old dishwasher out, put the new one in. Pretty easy. I did have to use the holes that were already drilled, that were in bad spots. For some reason, the fucking goofball who put the first one in, put the hole for the wire about 8, like almost halfway out on the cabinet on the side, which I used to, when I was plumbing houses, when I did new construction, I put 3 holes, man, because the dishwashers, for one thing, came without a fucking pigtail. The one the builder supplied, they didn't have a pigtail on it, so I would drill 3 fucking holes. I'd drill a hole for the electrician while I was there, and I would drill a small hole on the bottom for the supply hose, come over and turn up and hit the hot. Then I drill 1.25 inch hole above that at the very back of the cabinet, and 2.25 inch holes, one for the plug and one for the hose, and it worked out nice. But you can on this one, and guys did this. People have been doing this all for forever, but I didn't really like to do it because I've had issues trying to get the washing machine. Some of them fill that whole space up all the way to the back wall, but you can drill a hole in the cabinet up high, and that provides you your high loop. You don't have to try to strap it, and it's just always tough for me to get in there. The screw keeps falling off the fucking, trying to hold the strap up in the highest part of that cabinet. So drilling a hole up high works. It worked. That's what was there yesterday, and it worked great. So I did that, and I come outside. The lady I worked for was telling me that her neighbor needs a toilet set, and I said, "Oh, I sell toilets." She said, "No, she has the toilet." So I was loading up the dishwasher, and the lady walked out, and I ran over and threw that toilet in and picked up another couple $100 in an hour, and was on my way. But and I got to go back there today because they need a hose bib in the garage out in the front. The water service is right outside the wall. It's going to be an easy deal, but the guy's handicapped and he wants it up pretty high, and I'm going to relocate his hose reel to that location where the hose bib's going to be, and try to help them out. But I gained a new customer, man, and when this woman was wonderful. She was a worker, probably had more to do with, I'm gonna do everything I can so that, you know, I used to work for guys, these little remodel guys. They do everything but actually hook the shit up. They'd actually put the faucets in on the countertop. They'd open the boxes. They're like, I'm not paying you to do any of that. Cheapskates. And what they're doing really is everything. They're doing all the easy shit, and then the plumber assumes all the responsibility, you know, without any gravy. And you just can't work for people like that. Those guys like that, you know, you're like, where's this nut for the pop-up? Well, I don't know. Fucking Joey Doolittle fucking was working on that last, you know, 2 weeks ago, and you know what I mean? So those guys, fuck them. They can do it themselves if they don't want to pay a plumber to do the whole fucking job. What I'm getting at. They want you to assume all the risk. If it leaks, you can bet they're going to call you. And you're going to have to use your fucking insurance. But they want to put it in. They don't want to do anything but make that connection. Because they want your insurance. Anyway, so it was great. I earned a new customer, and she took a bunch of business cards. And it was funny, man. I was driving out of that place, and there were 2 old ladies. Not old, because I'm old now. Fuck, man. I look at these people like, listen to this guy. God. I'm 60. I'm getting close to 60, man. And these women were like 68, and I'm looking at them like, look at these old fucking... They weren't cougars. They were saber-toothed tigers. But they were sitting out in the driveway. It looked like they were having a couple of beers, you know, on some lawn chairs. And I was like, I'm going to fuck with these ladies. I backed my truck up about 4 fucking houses. And I rolled the window down. And the lady can't fucking hear. I'm saying, hey. I rolled the window down. I was like, hey, you guys want some company? You look like you're having Capella. Shut the fuck up. I said, you guys look like you're having fun, having a couple of beers. You want some company? And the lady looks at me and says, I can't hear you. I said it like 4 fucking times. Finally, she's standing. She can't hear. She couldn't hear a fucking thing. Finally, she comes up to the side of the truck, and I explained to her the joke I was trying to get out. And I gave her a business card, and she said, if you work for me, I'll give you a beer. I was like, oh shit. I never had an old deaf one. What the fuck, man? When I was a kid, there was a beautiful, beautiful Spanish girl. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, I was a fucking handsome guy, man, when I was a young kid. The girls loved my ass, man. So there was a Spanish girl, but she was deaf and mute. And I was like, what happened? Does she like moan in sign language? That's fucking terrible. Oh. But she was fucking aggressive, dude. I was living with the woman who was gonna be my wife, you know? And this girl comes up and fucking rings the doorbell and gives me a birthday gift, man. My girlfriend answers the door. I'm like, what the fuck? She's not supposed to know about this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I gotta get some coffee, man. I'm gonna leave you guys here to look at my pool because it takes too long to stitch these videos together. Let me get some coffee, man. Bella's in rare fucking form. I got my MAGA hat. Make the maggots go away. I mean, make the asshole go away. Yeah, guys, some guys have asked about these hats. You can buy these hats online. I bought this is a $35 hat. You can get them a lot cheaper than that. But I got it on Amazon or whatever. Just do a fucking Google search, man. Jesus. It ain't that fucking hard, guys. I want to tell you, I got a call. I'm going to give a shout out to this guy. Let me get his name. This guy called me yesterday, and he's I just want to say hello to him and his wife. They watch every day. He's in his 80s. And he's just a cool guy. He's from Kentucky. Philip Mornin and his wife, they watch every day, man. They get a kick out of me, I guess. And he respects what I do. He respects my work, unlike Tony Plumbob and Off the Mark HVAC. But he had an issue with his washer box. He wants to extend the pipe in the washer box about 4 inches. And the easiest way to do that is to buy a pool repair coupling. It's an inside coupling, guys. It's very thin. It's got a band around the middle with 2 male ends, not threaded, just slip glue joints, and it goes inside the pipe instead of outside. And they're very thin, and he can glue that into that standpipe and then add 4 inches, because what he's got a problem with the washing machine hose, the one with the hook on it, you know. It won't go in that box. It's a problem for him. And so I talked to him a few times yesterday, and he's just a cool guy, man. Philip, thanks. It was nice talking to you, brother. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to send you and your wife each a t-shirt. And I always try to help out my senior citizen friends. And he said he's going to, he's got this Coro Protect anode rod that he bought, and a bunch of stuff happened with it. He tried to send it back. He couldn't get his anode rod out of the water heater, so he spent a lot of money on this thing. But he said he's going to send it to me. It's brand new. It's never been opened, and that's a very nice gesture of you, Philip, and I appreciate that. And I really did have a nice conversation with this guy yesterday. Talked to him a few times, and yeah, I always try to help the senior citizens out, man. Especially when they're kind, you know. When they, I don't know, he's just a very nice guy, man. That's all I can say. And I'm looking. What's today? Thursday. I need to get my grass cut, man. Shit's up around my motherfucking sacrophiliac, you know. You guys, I just have fun, man. Maybe over the top from some of you straight-laced fucking dweebs. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'm confident, and I do what I do. You don't like me? Don't fucking call me back. That's all I can tell you. At this point in my career. So, my eyes are really killing me, man. I just think that I have the worst property in Florida when it comes to this pollen shit. Look at this, man. I mean, it's just a fucking blanket of shit over every inch of my property, man. Everything. So I bought, yesterday I went to the health food store. I got some coconut water with pineapple. It was really fucking good, man. I got myself some Mediterranean pasta salad. Delicious. Sun-dried tomatoes, feta cheese, peppers. I don't know if it had onions in it, but some ziti. And very, very good. And I also got a Kale Me Now all green juice. And I drank all of that shit, man. And I felt good, man. And I've been hydrated. I have water in my truck. And a lot of times, man, I'm feeling bad because I dehydrate myself. It's very important. But I just don't take the time out when I'm working. I'm so fixated on doing the work that I like, even taking a second out to go get a drink of water is like, I can't do that. It's how I've always been, like almost manic. Someday I'm gonna get my evals out from the Navy. My Navy file, I keep everything's all together, you know, my DD-214, all my evals, all my meritorious advancements, and my unmeritorious fucking declines. You know, I got busted in the Navy, like so many of us did. It ain't all, you know. I made third-class petty officer. And a few months later, they fucking ripped that chevron off my fucking jacket, you know? They said, no, you're going back to a BTFN. Which was pretty funny because when I got to the ship, these guys were, you know, the BTOW, the boiler technician of the watch. These guys were in charge, man. And I didn't know anything, you know, I knew very little about, you know, the pay grades. I knew that a BTFN is an E3. Yeah, E3. And that's pretty low, you know. But I'm like, how's this guy, he's an E3, and how the fuck is he the guy in charge? What happened? Oh, what happened was, he was a fucking second class or first class petty officer, and he did something stupid, and they busted him down to a BTFN. And yeah, there were a bunch of crazy motherfuckers, man, on my ship when I got there, and I fit right in. They loved me. But I was a hard ass worker. Even back then, one of my evals says John Phillips is a rapid, intense worker. Motivated. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. And, you know, I got a 4.0 on that category. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0. Military bearing 3.0. Yeah, I didn't want to take any shit. I have a problem with fucking authority. But I put a new valve in, man. I was just a 20-year-old kid, man. we used to have to pressurize these boilers, you know, doing these hydro tests on them. And the hydro pump was in the back of the boiler. So you'd have a guy standing there at the pump with the valve controlling the air pressure going in to maintain a certain pressure on the gauge. Well, you needed that guy there. Bella, shut up! Oh, the problem now is that they're not on the lanai, and I can't put her in the house and then she shuts up. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to get back to my Navy ship story in a minute, but all I gotta do now is go in the back and close the bedroom doors, and both of them motherfuckers take off running. You want to train your dog? Fuck the dog treats. Get a shop vac, man. This kid, the fucking death of that thing. Nah! Anyways, so under a hydro test on these double boiler, 2 600-pound steam boilers, you'd have to turn the valve to make sure the pressure stays where it's supposed to be. There'd be one guy at the pump, one guy stationed at the corner of the boiler in the back, then another guy stationed at the other corner in the back, and we'd yell, you know, we'd communicate between us three and the boiler technician of the watching the gauge. And I was like, guys, there's an easier way to do this, man. They called it the Phillips control valve. I said, man, I went to my chief and I said, listen, man, I want to fucking relocate this fucking air. You know, I said, I'm going to bring it out to the front of the boiler, right in front of the damn gauge, and I'm going to return it back to that pump, and we'll put a reach rod. A reach rod is a long handle because, you know, if you've ever been on a ship, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's pretty crazy, the piping. So it needed a reach rod, and I had it. I brought it right up to like waist level, and you could stand there, one guy. The other three guys could go and start chipping paint or whatever the fuck you do in the Navy, polishing brass. Stupid. But they called it the Phillips control valve. Yes. Only a kid, but I was coming up with some good ideas even back then, man. You can't stop a fucking great mind, guys. So that was one of my contributions. Another thing was I was welding, I was doing all kinds of shit in the Navy, man. That's what I meant by the motivated self-starter. I saw a need and I built the fucking shit, you know? Like the machinist mates, we shared the engine room with the machinist mates, and they were always stealing our fucking tools, man. Fucking M&Ms, machinist mates. So I built a fucking cage, man, out of expanded metal. Fucking welded it all up with a big sliding door with a lock on it. Right there at our, beside the gauge board, which was massive. Someday I'll get the pictures out and show you. Being on a ship is cool, man. In the engine room, a lot going on. And you have the fear of God in you, man, because you know this shit can blow and you're a dead man. So that's a little more motivation to get it right. But yeah, I did a lot of shit like that, man. I was definitely motivated, trying to pass the time, man. You're out on a 6-month med cruise, 6 months away from fucking home. That's like a prison sentence, man. That's kind of like what being in the military is. Being in prison. They let you get out and get fucking drunk once or twice a week. Yeah. I'm rambling. To any customers I have out there, please don't not call me because of watching my videos. I mean, I'm having fun, man. Every show's got to have a little shtick, you know what I'm saying? but I have a good heart. I'm looking to save you money. And, yeah. It's all good, man. Trust me. Trust me. Hey, guys, I can't do a show without talking about Donald Trump. It appears Donnie doesn't have any money, you fucking dopes. This guy's been living off of you. They were showing yesterday how his wife has been using your fucking money to get her hair did and her fucking nails done and scraping the fucking dead skin from Donnie's fucking ankles out of her fucking toenails. Yeah! I'll bet you those fuckers haven't slept in the same bed in 15 fucking years, man. She just looks like a Russian spy to me. She's Vladimir Putin's girl, Jack. There's no doubt. Just the thought of them having a picture in the fucking rotunda makes me sick, man. Ugh. It really does, man. What the fuck did you guys do to our country? You ever fucking think about that? What you have done by pulling that lever for fucking Donald Trump and his Russian spy wife? The chick stole fucking Michelle Obama's speech, man. Word for fucking word. And you guys are so fucking dumb you would have never fucking known it because you don't listen or read or do whatever. You're a bunch of fucking knuckleheads, man. I just want to know why Obama was golfing on 9/11. Because he was fucking 15, you fucking dumb son of a bitch. So let's see. Let's do a little bit of viewer, little hate mail this morning. I got a couple minutes to go. Let's get right to the hate mail. Hater mail. There's so many fucking know-it-alls out there. Bruce Shad got my joke about fucking Tom. Oh yeah. Oh fucking Tom. Get the witch. Pull him out of that fucking cabinet. By his fucking ankle. I don't know what's happening. Tom's kind of out of the picture now that Mikey's got his trucks with his name on them. I'm thinking Tom's going down the fucking tubes, man. We ain't gonna see much of Tom anymore. Mikey's like, I just needed your ass till I could get in the fucking pool down here. Johnny, this is from Shadow Man. Johnny, you spend way too much time defending yourself. You have way too much experience to listen to any of this crap. Yeah, you're right, man. Just ignore the armchair critics and move on. The morning coffee session is getting too long. What the fuck? It's only 59 minutes, man. What are you talking about? And I like this guy, Shadow Man. Johnny's got a lot to say, man. Johnny's been around the block a couple of times. Trust him. Yeah, and I was running a few times around the fucking block, Jackson. enough with the fucking Sinatra. You don't like my singing? Or you want me to just get a new song? How about a little fucking Don Ho? Tiny bubbles in the wine. Tiny bubbles makes me feel fine. Makes, whatever. Do 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 do. Strangers in the night. I guess he's sick of that song that's fucking running in my mind, and I can't get it out. Do 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 do. Scooby doo boo. Scooby dooby doo. A cup of Joe Jackson. Yeah, me and Joe, we're coming for you, Trumpers. Make sure none of my neighbors are fucking here watching me. This guy says salesman before tradesman. What's that mean? Is that you saying I'm out selling people? Shit, I ain't selling nothing, man. The lady had a fucking toilet in her goddamn garage for 3 months, and she ran into me, and an hour later it was fucking installed. What are you talking about? Kiker. Oh, here we go. John Bloom. He was talking to me about trying to get a square peg in a fucking round hole. Well, that's the issue, John. If you're old fucking grumpy ass, I don't know when the last time you stuck a plug through a hole. Probably a long fucking time ago, Johnny. Yeah. But they got these huge fucking plugs that can't be removed on both ends. And then you got this little skinny cord, so you gotta blow a fucking 2-inch hole in the side of the cabinet to get the fucking cord through. Where's the fucking justice in that? Come on, guys. The fuck, man? So there was a little tiny fucking hole for the power cord, and I had this big fucking offset on a 45, big hunk of fucking rubber. So I fucking had to, I should have used an oscillating tool, but I'm not into going out to the truck and getting every little fucking tool for every little fucking job, guys. I got it done, man. The people have a fucking new dishwasher this morning. And hopefully it didn't flood their fucking house last night when they, started the washer. But yeah, John, I'm glad you get a kick out of all my follies. And, it's actually, they're not follies. They're what you run into when you actually work for a fucking living, It is what it is. There's a lot of things where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. If I were sitting at the table and they presented this cord, I'd say, why the fuck is the goddamn thing so big, man? Do you know what I have to do to a fucking cabinet? Some of these cabinets are fucking, people spend $50,000 fucking dollars on their kitchen cabinets, and you got to go in there and hack them all up for a plug end. Doesn't make sense. And the worst thing is, there's a way to, I could have turned that into a big fucking job. I could have went out and got the hole saw that fit the hole that was there and screwed on a bigger hole saw first and then the small one so that I could re-drill a hole once the hole was drilled. I know how to do all of that, but I ain't into fucking, turning shit into a fucking, big ass project. I got to get this shit done, man. I'm not gonna fuck around. I get it done, man. That's the easiest way. I will tell you guys, if you ever need to make a hole larger, you put the size that you need on the mandrel or whatever the fuck you call that thing from the hole saw. Screw your fucking the new bit, the big hole, the bigger hole, and then screw the other one, the original hole size, on after that. So you got two fucking hole saws on the same thing, and you can go through that hole and it won't be wobbling around and fucking things up. Little tech tip, but I ain't got time for that shit, yo. Especially when the hole's in the side of the cabinet instead of in the back where it belongs, you know. I never hear one comment about how fucked up the original guy did it and why I'm struggling. Plum Build, he's been on my jock, man. Fucking hitting me with some good comments, man. It's making me uncomfortable, actually. I'm not used to that, man. Paul Medwell, my man from across the fucking pond. This guy will not stop with the fucking, you should try the Elliston. Listen, I get it, man, but I ain't going to Lowe's, pal. And I'm not going to tell this woman who's got a toilet in her garage, you should try the Elliston. Let's go get one. Come on. I get it, dude. It's a good toilet. I've read this comment 5 fucking times already. I get it. This guy loves his fucking toilets. You should try the Elliston. From Lowe's. I know this already. Bipolar. I know that too. Wow. I've got 4 of them. I know that too. They're fucking awesome. This guy loves his fucking toilets, man. I get it, brother. Now this is what I like. Shit that feeds my fucking ego. Johnny, you're a working machine. What a fabulous neighborhood and a great customer. That's just fucking nutrition for Johnny's soul. And I'm gonna finish on that. In with the good and out with the bad, guys. I gotta make a call. What the fuck time is it? 8:07. I gotta call these people and tell them I'll be there at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock shop. Give them a hose bib. I came home yesterday, and I'll show you when I get to this job. I bought 20 of these 1/2-inch, old style hose bibs. You can, you know, throttle it down. You can rebuild it. You can put a new washer in it. You can repack it. That's what I like. I don't like the quarter-turn hose bibs where, you know, you turn it on and it starts soaking one knee, and by the time it's fully on, both knees are soaking wet and both shoes are full of fucking water. No matter where you're standing. Fuck them quarter-turn hose bibs. You can't do anything with them. I'll show you these things. Less than $5, man. They were here in a day from Amazon or supplyhouse.com. One of them. Yeah, it would have been $10 at my supply house or more. But if you're making sure you put a female adapter on the outside of the house, even if it's a cheap, you know, maybe it won't last forever, you unscrew the fucking thing and put a new one in, you know? The homeowner can do that. They'll probably fuck it up. And you'll have to come out anyways, but Eddie Hollner, my man, he's a Steelers fan. From what I understand, what's that kid's name? The quarterback. He was at Seattle and then he went to Denver. Can't think of his name, but he's a Steeler now. Yeah, man. He's still a good quarterback. They kind of fucked him over, man. That guy. Here we go. You the man. Loved it. Thank you, Nello Mitchie. Nello Mitchie. Some of these names, man. $450, guys are saying, minimum charge for hooking up a dishwasher. Really? I did that job for 150 bucks, man. 450 with a straight face and not feeling like you're taking advantage of old people on a fixed income who have an M3 race car in the garage? Yeah. Guy had a really cool car. I didn't take a shot of it, but man, that guy yesterday, he goes to Sebring on the road course, and he's out there. I had a Corvette, man, and I sold it to the guy who put the cabinets in my house, my kitchen cabinets, and my laundry room cabinets. It's probably been 20 years he's had that car, and he still has it. He's cracked it up like 4 fucking times into the wall. He goes to Sebring. And he's got this thing tuned and headers on. He did all kinds of crazy shit, but he loves the car. But he smashed it up a few times. He's hit the wall, Jackson. And so this guy worked for yesterday. He goes to Sebring. I think he said once or twice a year, and he runs his M3. I think it's probably a 2017 or something around there. He's had it for like 7 years, and it's brand new. But yeah, he's a cool guy, man, and that's got to be a lot of fun, man. Like when I was a kid, I couldn't wait till I was tall enough to get my ass in them go-karts at the fucking Crescent Park in Riverside, Rhode Island. Yeah. I told a lady the other day at the deli counter at Detweiler's, I said, "You're not tall enough to get on this ride, lady. You can't even tell her what the fuck you want." They're like, "What? What?" They whisper, "I'll have mayo on it." Yeah. All right, guys, have a great day. Johnny's fucking therapy session's over.